Welcome back to Hidden Equity. Today, we are going to talk about distractions. And what I love about this topic, as frustrating as it is that the hidden equity in distractions is that once you realize that other people make their priorities your priority, it's really easy to make that discernment between what's important to you and what's not. This video is going to pretty much tie in to the busy video, which I have tagged, because I want you to start becoming self-aware. We all know that a distraction is something simple like watching TV for too many hours, staying up late at night, and Netflix just keeps going. You just can't shut it off. Obviously, jumping on social media, possibly stopping the alarm or hitting snooze in the morning. That's also a little bit of a distraction, thinking you need more sleep when you don't. Now, the distractions I'm talking about are when you get on email first thing in the morning and you let those messages dictate your day. When your friend who's going through a really hard time calls and says, "Hey, are you able to talk or meet right now? I don't know what to do. I have this problem." Why are you answering the phone? That's a distraction. That is pulling you away from your non negotiables, from your day. Now, I recently heard in a podcast done by one, and I absolutely loved that because it gave me a fresh perspective that if I can get all my non negotiables done by 1 p.m., then I kind of have the rest of the day free to do whatever I need to do. With that being said, we are all dying to be seen, heard, accepted, acknowledged, valued. We want to be important. So when that friend calls, we want to be there for her. We want to be the person that they go to. We feel honored and special that they called us when they're in turmoil and we're the person that they trust the most to get them through it. And I understand that there's a time and a place for that. But when somebody is consistently going through something and you're always that person, I dare you to start calculating the hours that you are putting into that friendship. And then when you need something back, check. How are they treating you? Are they available? Do they respond? Will they drop what they're doing to come meet you? Or are they going to say, "Hey, I'm busy. I have this going on"? That is what's frustrating to me. So here are some questions that you can ask yourself when you are noticing that you're getting distracted, which let's start with step one. Step one of becoming distracted, of noticing that you are distracted, is self-awareness. A good example is that when I'm scrolling, I hear this little voice in my head, and the little voice will say, you need to stop, shut down Instagram. This isn't what you want to be doing. This is not what you got on this app for. And I hear it in a variety of ways, but like the desire to keep going and not stop outweighs the voice I'm hearing in my head, even though I know that I shouldn't be doing this, that I am literally wasting my time. So once you become self-aware, then you need to actually take the action. That's 2 steps. Step number 3 is asking yourself a series of questions. What is this person contributing to my life? As I always say, what value do they bring? If they're not bringing value, then why are you having the meeting? If it's a one-sided conversation, one-sided meeting, why are you having it? What is it doing for your life? What is the event doing for your life? Do I want to go? Would I rather forego my non-negotiable to do this? You have to start asking these questions. And because people mainly text, they don't really make a phone call anymore. You actually have the time. You don't even have the excuse to say, "Oh, I was on the phone and I couldn't say no." If you don't know how to say no, then I need to make a whole video on boundaries and how to say no. Because once you understand, and I think it takes a little bit of time, meaning like you need to ripen as a person to understand wasting time is irreplaceable. And once you understand that time is irreplaceable, it's something you can never get back. That's when the self-awareness kicks in and you start asking yourself, is this something I want to be doing? Is this somebody I want to spend my time with? Is this worth my time, money, effort, focus, energy? There's so many things that go into a distraction, but because we are all wanting that dopamine hit and wanting to feel special, fuck special. Who wants to be special? Do what you have to do. Be the 1% who just keeps going. Of course, there's a time and a time and a place to go be social and do this and do that. But the funny thing is, which this life motto I came up with, which is the party is always there. That's my new life motto, because every time I go back to any party, I'm bored. I'm realizing my morning routine is more important than being out tonight. I'm not making special connections. I'm not meeting girls because girls aren't out to meet girls. And I'm meeting guys who just want to bang. They might want to date, but they mainly want to go home with someone that night. That's not my goal tonight. My goal is to have fun, dance, look cute, take good pictures, and possibly meet some business connections if that's a possibility. If it's not a possibility, then why am I out? I would rather have my morning routine. And the fact that we think we need to say yes to everything is so frustrating to me. When you can learn to say no, you will learn to take control of your life. You will learn to ask yourself, is this worth my time? Because you will stop reacting and you will start creating. You will be proactive. And I want you to hone this skill of understanding who you are and where you're at when you get the distraction. When it is an incoming phone call, don't answer it. See what they say. And I got to say, as a business owner, I probably shouldn't give the secret away. A lot of times I don't answer my phone when I'm in a meeting. Out of respect to the person I'm with, I don't answer my phone. Therefore, in a duration of a 1 hour meeting, I will have a phone call and a text message from a client, and I'll have a second text message, so a third form of communication saying, oh, I figured it out. When you can put your ego aside and give people time to figure things out alone, you just freed up so much time. But because we all want to be valued and important and needed, we rush to fix everybody else's problems. We're this fireman with this hose just trying to spray everybody down so that they're good, instead of stopping to ask yourself, what is this doing for me? Why am I rushing to save you? You're not ever going to rush to save me. So if you need a task, here it is. Audit your time. If you want to do it every 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or every hour, that's totally fine. Take an audit of exactly what it is you are doing all day, every day. Eliminate the shit you don't need. Keep the things that are effective. You want to be moving the needle. You want to take tasks, meetings, have conversations with people, go to events that are actually useful. Just going to an event to go to an event, I'm sorry, what is that doing for you? And it really, I always say that, like, you only tolerate your shit as long as you'll tolerate your shit. Once you start waking up and you are in a position where you're like, why am I going to this? I'm like, do I just want to keep supporting everybody else? Not really. I want to be supporting myself. So what is it? Find what your non-negotiables are. Be done by 1 o'clock. Stop the distractions. Cut them, recognize them, be self-aware enough, and be strong enough to say no, because distractions are going to ruin your life. And you're going to look back, and 3 years later, you're going to wish that you could get that time back. And instead, you just got to start over from what you have right now.